if you can't beat Scoregirl on Plat, you can't vote. My conspiracy theory is that it's because of Overwatch doing well. They don't want to piss people off for too long right now.
I'd rather have a really broken character in release that they, hotfix than have Blade, because Blade has been absolutely horrendous, boring, and terrible character.
In my opinion, if we want to make this game balanced, I feel like buffing isn't really the answer. I feel like we've talked about it before. It's like, can we not have Hela be like OP for like a year straight?
It's an IQ check. Like, you need to learn how to counter these easily counterable characters.
An IQ check.
Ultron's ass. I won't even speak about that character. That character is horrible.
Do you think they should rework characters?
Yeah.
Bogur? Do you think they should rework?
They should rework Blade. They should rework Ultron.
Wait, there's a Marvel Rivals podcast, Coach. So we can't be talking about.
Bringing it back to Rivals.
Don't get me too excited.
Yeah. What's up, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Clear Comms. Today, we're joined by returning guest Paz. Thanks, Paz, for coming back. And brand new guest, the Bulgarian prince himself, Bogur. How you doing, man?
Hello, I'm good. I've been playing Rivals. Unfortunately for me, and games have been very interesting recently, so I'm very excited for this little talk we're going to have.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you put Hulk on D tier, so you're okay in my book, man. So in your tier list.
I watched the first minute of your video that's like, this is what's wrong with Rivals or something like that. Someone just leaves out of nowhere. Yeah, it
was really bad. That day was really bad. I had the first game, I had Line Pro on my team, and Line Pro told RJF the Lunch Shark, we're in a top 5 friend lobby. Please don't ult. You will die. Like, don't go into them. Just go back. He ults, goes in, dies. And like, Line Pro crashed out on him. Second game was this guy leaving. Oh no, second game, my team just decided to go 4 tanks. Again, against a bunch of top 500 players. We lost. Third game was that guy just saying, GG's, I'm bored, and left after one fight. And I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I think I saw, that was the one where you tweeted about it, and the guy just had left the game. I think
instantly.
What it was.
First fight, instantly left.
What do you think that is? Do you think that's more the player base, or just like the game putting people in a position to fail?
I mean, people are always like that. Definitely the game isn't putting you in a position to fail, because I'll be honest, that's like conspiracy theories. I don't believe it, because how are you going to even execute it? You have to have people on your payroll that you're sending out on people when they start winning, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense. They could be putting you in lobbies that are like a little bit more difficult because you're on a winning streak and they want to balance it. Mayhaps. I don't really care too much. I think the fact that good players always win and climb consistently every season, like the top players always get high rank, right? Like, trust me, and Zype, whatever else, right? There has to be a trick to it. There has to be a way to climb. I think if there's consistency to it, if it's not random every season, then I believe like the best players do prosper. But I think it's just the sentiment of the player base, and whenever a game does badly, the players get really really annoying, and they get really irritated at everything, and then they crash out a lot easier. I've had people crash out almost every game.
I kind of meant more in terms of the balance position to feel. I think I think you're kind of referring more to like EOM, I guess, or like the matchmaking. I'm talking like you're forced to play certain characters that you may not want to play, so you're kind of prioritizing like climbing over fun because of the meta.
Well,
right?
Yeah, but I don't think the meta matters too much unless you're high tier games, and I've noticed this happening in any elo. I've played with some friends off stream. Happens in those games too. My friends have told me that have been playing the game and like Plat and stuff. They're having horrible time with games, right? So yeah, you kind of are pushed to play meta characters, but that's in every game, and I don't think the meta characters matter until like Celestial and like Eternity, right? So it's just people are tired of the balancing of the game, in the sense that, yeah, you don't have to play meta characters, but it does suck when the enemy team rolls out in Phoenix and they're with similar skill level as you, so they're gonna win a lot more than if you're playing Mr. Fantastic, right? So I think people have been seeing the same thing over and over again. They're kind of tired. There are pigs that are really broken, though. Like, they're Gambit, like, straight up, right, that character, definitely, right? No question, on every rank, broken.
Well, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the state of the game? Because you say some people are kind of frustrated. Do you think it's just a lot of the same stuff that's getting old because it's the same meta over and over again, or do you just think like the actual meta of the game, the balance of the game is just wrong? Like, they need to do some dramatic steps to kind of bring that in line.
There is no right or wrong meta. There's like, everybody's gonna have their own idea of what's supposed to be. But I think there's characters that are too strong, and I think we've had Gambit be too strong for too long, and it's forcing people to ban him every game because otherwise the game becomes really unplayable. I think definitely that character needs to be hard nerfed. I don't know why they're scared to nerf him, because I talked about it in a different podcast. If you don't nerf the really broken characters because you're scared to offend the player base that plays that character, and you don't want to nerf their core kit, like I think they're too afraid to touch his ult. What happens is the character is so busted that he gets banned every game, and then the people that actually main him don't get to play him, right? Like, so it's like a lose-lose situation at the end of the day. I think people that one-trick Gambit, love Gambit, they don't want him to be giga broken, because there's less skill expression. It's less hype to play Gambit because you're just an ult bot. Like, you're just playing for your ult, farming it, ulting, winning the fight, right? If you don't match that, you lose, right? So that character needs to go for sure. DPS has so many picks, and I feel like it's mostly limited to like 5 or 6. Like, the roster is so big, and you like, especially in high elo. Phoenix, Hella got nerfed. Hawkeye is just, I don't think he's broken. I think he's horrible to play against. Like, one shots are not fun. We've seen it from Overwatch. Nobody likes one shot, so you don't. I think that character also kind of needs nerfs, but I think they just need to nerf the characters that have been meta for a while, right? Like, it's just boring. It's just boring to see the same thing over and over again when your streamers play, when pro players play, when they stream, when tournaments play. Like, it's just boring seeing the same thing over and over again. It's just exhausting.
Paz, who do you think is the #1 like most broken character right now? He kind of rattled off a few,
it's
but
Gambit. It's
it
Gambit,
is Gambit
for sure.
still?
It's not even close.
Like,
It's just
he
Gambit.
conceptually just like broke the game.
Well, here's the thing: people are catching up to it. Tank pool is also giga broken.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
broken.
yeah, Elsa as
I
well.
wanted to talk about some.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got you just did an unranked GM on Elsa, didn't you, Baz?
Yeah, that character
And it was
is
like
not
the easiest
okay.
one you've ever done.
That
Elsa
character
is
is
really
not
broken. Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have mobility, health, and insane damage tied to one cooldown that you get every 2 seconds, where the passive doesn't deplete. Like, I just don't even know what they were thinking. Like, I get that you want more DPS that are strong because it's been the same, like Bogur said, like 5 that you've been playing since season 0. Like, it's been the same cast of characters because conceptually they're just too strong. But like, I feel like we need to add. I don't know what the answer is, because like, I'm not a game dev. I'm not the one that's making the balance decisions. But it's like, you need something that's like either to take down the conceptually strong characters, or like add something. I don't even know what you would add to make Elsa like strong without her
Just nerf her.
being like that.
Just
Yeah, I mean,
nerf-
you have to
like,
nerf
just
her,
nerf.
but it's like,
Like,
then
I think
what do you have? Bucky again?
Crazy opinion here. I think her ult is fine. I know it's
I agree.
a little bit.
I agree.
I think it's fine. I think it's busted if you don't counter it. I think people are gonna learn how to counter it. You don't
Yeah,
stack together.
for sure.
Your DPS flanks, so when people get ulted, you kill it instantly. Punisher kills it super fast. I think her main kit is the problem, and the thing is, her ult is fine if it gets charged slower, and her kit is so broken she can just farm it really fast.
Yeah.
what
So,
about pre-nerf
yeah.
fault? Did you think that was fine too? Like in that
What?
state, the
Re-nerf?
the
No,
pre-nerf,
I
yeah,
think
'cause
it was just
They
buggy.
hotfix. They almost never hotfix anything, and they hotfixed her.
Because that
ults.
was just boring. Because like there were
Yeah.
situations where it was like a mile away and getting grabbed into it. Like even
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
play to
Yeah.
counterplay it, you still get outplayed. With
I
it.
thought the
like
hitbox
sucking you in.
The
Yeah.
hitbox too was like I had
Right.
a clip where I was just like Hulk clapping an Elsa ulting in front of me, and I got like sucked up into the ult, just like my finger was
Yeah,
grazed by it.
I do think
It's-
Elsa ult should have like a slight delay when she ults. Like I think it should be like 0.3 or 4 seconds. Like not too much, but just so you can react. I started reacting to it a bit more, but if an Elsa dashes behind you and ults, there's nothing you can do. Like you just grab.
It's
Yeah.
quicker, yeah. It's quicker than like half a second, and then it actually starts moving forward. Because I've like reacted to the sound, and yeah, like Hulk Shield, for instance, is just half a second. I wouldn't even get it off in time.
Yeah.
I agree
So I don't
with
want to
that.
sound like a conspiracy theorist, but they like never hotfix almost anything. They didn't do it with Phoenix, like melee tech. They like almost never did, but they did it here. Like they
It's the
hotfixed.
community.
Well, my conspiracy theory is that it's because of Overwatch doing well. That's the conspiracy
I
theory. They're more
second
on,
that.
they're more on their. They don't want to piss people off for too long right now. That's my theory.
Well, yeah, maybe, yeah, probably. I think the fact that Overwatch came out and I've played a bit, it's really fun right now, and that's out, and the game is just in a horrible state in the sense that like there's a bunch of broken characters. The bans have been the same. Elsa they added, she's really broken too. There hasn't been much variety. and people are just like the community is just really horrible right now. I think they're like, oh shit, like there is going to be one more month of this, right? So if we don't hot fix this now, like it's going to be really bad by the end of the month.
Right. I hope it changes the precedent. They actually start to fix stuff like more rapidly. How do you feel about and this is to both Bogur and Paz. How do you feel about having a new hero every month? Do you think that that's too much? Like, do you think
that's just
that's
like the
problem?
game's model? Like,
do we keep that model up forever, or is there a point in time when we're like, yeah, maybe we should slow down a little bit and balance a little more? Or
I have pretty strong feelings about this, but I'll let you.
I feel like if you don't. I feel like if you don't release a hero every month for like a game that's like Rivals and like the type of like the way that it's positioned itself, like it just doesn't feel right to me. I mean, if we're talking about balance, like obviously like if they did like a Rainbow Six Siege from like years ago, like an Operation Health and just like actually fix the game, like I would like that as a top level player, but I don't know if that's necessarily like the most healthy for the game. But like a character every month, like you can only get so like, what's the word? Like you can only get so interesting with the kit designs because you have to make a character every month to maintain that cadence for years and years and years. So like, I mean, yeah, if we get a character every month, we're gonna keep getting like, in my opinion, like blandish kits that are kind of like Elsa. That's just like Bucky and Psylocke but mixed together.
Well, they had like a couple of kind of mediocre releases like Blade, and then they went on like Runner, Gambit broken into freaking of course Elsa broken, then Tank Pool broken. Like it just feels like the game is almost it's going to be impossible to balance if they just keep releasing these like crazy over-kitted characters. But what else do they do? Do they release like a character that no one likes to play like Blade? I don't actually know the solution. I'm just wondering.
I think they need to slow the cadence and make sure the heroes are more balanced on release. I feel like that's pretty obvious at this point. But I mean, I know they want to make things that they put in the game new, exciting, fun, TikTok worthy. I mean, I got a video with like of views just popping off because like, Elsa landed one of those like crazy ults that just throws you off the map, and it's like ridiculous. It's like clearly unbalanced, but I think that's partially what their strategy is for promoting the game, and I think that's why things are so broken on release a little bit. So I'm all for just releasing things more balanced, but I don't know if that's necessarily as good for the game. So be interesting.
How do you feel about it, Bogur? Because I know you've lived in both extremes. In like Overwatch, we had what was it like? Almost 2 years.
No, there was no hero.
Yeah, it was forever.
That was horrible.
And it was awful. Like we've been on the other end of that spectrum, but we've never quite been on this end where it's like just nonstop. I mean, it's fun that there's always something new, but I think if it is getting in the way of balance, I think that maybe it's something to consider. I think having a new hero every 2 months is still a lot of fucking heroes. Like every month is insane.
I think I'll be honest, like directly, very honest here. I think Rivals is not a competitive game. I think it's a very casual game, and I think it's like it's painfully obvious when playing Overwatch how casual Rivals is, and that's good. And that's why Rivals was so popular in the first place, and still is to an extent. I think you kind of have to release a new character every month because the game balance is whack, and the fun part about the game is that it's very chaotic, right? So I think with Blade and some other characters, they released them and they're like, oh, that's like, we try to balance it on release. That's boring. Like, that doesn't generate hype. It's not fun to watch. People don't have fun playing it. And they're right. I'd rather have a really broken character on release that they, hotfix than have Blade, because Blade has been absolutely horrendous, boring, and terrible character. And I think what they had for Blade, like the character itself is so unique and fun. They could have done so much more. And they didn't because they were too afraid. I think they're not afraid anymore. They're taking a lot of risks. I think it's fine. And the way they're approaching the game, it's a lot like League of Legends when it launched. And League was releasing 2 characters a month, right? They were spamming characters. Mm-hmm. Some months they had 3 new characters, right? So
sometimes they'd release just 3 at once. They just throw 3 in.
And I think that's fine. I think it's fine because the way I see it, in the long term, if you want to make the game more competitive, both for Overwatch and Rivals, for hero shooters, which is like crackhead theory, I do see the games more moving towards the MOBA-esque style of bans and picks and whatever else. I think that solves a lot of situations. You've seen Rivals do it with the bans for pro tournaments where You have like 4 bans on each team, 2 protects, whatever else, right? I think the balancing should be mostly from the bans and then from the team not making characters too overwhelming like Gambit. Like you can't have that crazy character, right?
The number one way they can immediately like we're listening to the player base, like solve the game
Add
better.
bans.
Add bans.
Yeah,
better
I
than
agree
hot
completely.
fixes.
I agree
Better
completely.
than, you just give us
Yeah.
more bans, let the
I
players
agree.
decide like what is good and what is not, and then they can just do what they want with the balance
agree.
changes.
I agree.
Give us 5 bans per game, no
And,
duplicates.
Just like for now, like give us 1 more ban next season. Like I don't know why they won't, and no duplicates, and like just send it. Like I think that's gonna improve the game tremendously because, as I said before, the game is chaotic. It is casual, and the only way it ever is competitive is because of bans. Like bans make it competitive, right? And
Yeah,
then
you
people
cut
can-
off like
Yeah.
the top end of like all the garbage, and then you just now
Yep.
this is like you pull it all down. It's
and it gives them time to balance and gives them time to look at bans and be like, oh, this is banned
Yes.
a lot, we're gonna nerf it. Like, but now there's too many broken characters. Like there's too many things. I can't ban everything. I've actually stopped banning it all. I don't care what they ban. Like there's no, there's no like,
I'm right there with you.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
don't care about the bans anymore because there's no point because there's always gonna be a broken character that's up there.
Especially
It's
when
gonna
there's double bans,
Yeah.
both teams ban
Yeah.
the same 2
I
fucking
just don't
heroes.
bother.
You just gotta pick your poison.
What
Yeah.
people don't realize too is you're gonna actually see more diversity when that happens because there's so many characters that are gate-kept by like I don't know like Pokeslop, right, or Groot. Like there's just like a lot of characters just can't function.
Yeah.
When those get through, then so you're cutting out like BP and like Widow. Just like okay, Widow might snipe their healers in a Groot comp, but she'll never be able to kill the Groot.
Yeah.
So it's just like she's effectively will never be able to win a fight. Right? There's so many issues like that I would just
mean,
go away with more bans.
Even by just adding 1 ban on each team and like removing duplicates, it suddenly becomes like from 4, most of the time it's like 2 or 3 bans, to 6 in a lobby, and that's gonna like it's gonna make the games way more fun, like genuinely way more fun. I think they don't want to do it because they want people to waste too much time before a match. I remember Overwatch had the same issue with why they didn't want to add bans. They were too afraid it's gonna.
I don't think that's why.
I don't know, but when back in the day before they added bans with Overwatch, I talked to a lot of the devs, and the devs said we don't want to really add bans because when you start a lobby, they want the game to begin and people to play it because player retention is very important. So
Yeah.
the way Overwatch has set up bans is now it's really good. I actually think the ban system now
We
is
should do
better
it,
than
yeah.
Rivals. It's instant. Like you do
Yeah,
the bans, boom, the game starts,
so
right?
my question to that's really interesting that you talked to a dev. We've been trying to get some of the not trying, but we
I mean, that was a
eventually
long
hope.
while ago, before Rivals added bans, right? Rivals adding bans was the reason why Overwatch added bans in the first place, because they were like, oh, it works. And they're
Right.
like, oh, yeah.
Did you happen to did they happen to say why they like couldn't you just make it like Rivals where you could have more bans and it wouldn't make it take longer? Is it like I don't see how it takes longer with more bans if you just like do it where it's like Rivals system where it's just instant.
No, Rivals is not, like, the thing is, what I'm saying here is the way Overwatch has done their system, it's faster than Rivals now, right? Like,
Okay.
So
Yeah,
with
because I know
Overwatch, it's
Cap,
like-
you haven't played
so
Overwatch, so
you just pick 3 characters that you want to get banned, and then the system looks at it, and the most picked characters just get banned instantly. You don't have 2
okay.
phases, right? And you don't have like the waiting period. So
Yeah, I like that.
It's way faster. It's way quicker. And I think Rivals not wanting to add 1 more ban slot is going to be 20 seconds for a ban, wait, 20 seconds for a ban, wait, 20
Right.
seconds for a ban. Wait, they could
got
speed
you.
it up, definitely. And maybe that's what they're cooking realistically. They might be improving the ban system, and that's why they're not adding any bans in the first place right now, or for a while, because they want to
under
change it up a bit.
under the Overwatch system, they could add any number of bans. You could
They
have,
could.
and it would be the same speed. So
Yes,
it just makes
exactly.
sense. Yeah.
They could add 5 bans and it could be instant again.
Okay, so what's the sweet spot? Let's go around. I think they should add 2 more bans per team personally.
I think they won't add 2 more bans per team.
I don't either.
I think 1 more ban is very realistic. One crackhead theory I have is they just come out swinging in like next season or the season after that, where they add like 4 bans per team, like from the get go, like they fucking or 5 bans per team. They're like go
ban
crazy.
every fucking poke hero. Let's go. Now we can play the game.
But it's possible. You could do that realistically. You could. The game's still playable. I think.
How's it going? Captain Coach here. Hey, do me a favor and Hulk smash that like button or Hulk's going to come and beat you up. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you can get notified when future episodes come out. We would greatly appreciate it here at Clear Comms.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, my bad. It kind of reminds me of. Do you remember the period of Overwatch where it was like hero pools? Like that was one of my favorite times in playing Overwatch. I loved it. I loved it because there was certain weeks. So how it worked, Cap, is there was like certain weeks Blizzard just decided what was banned that week.
Competing under that was
they
horrible,
just decided what was banned. So
I wanna point
there was
out the
certain
way
weeks that they banned all hit scans. Every
way
hit scan was just banned. For
it
a
was
week.
decided by one of the caster's cats. I just want to point
wait. What
Zoe's
was it?
cat. I'm pretty sure Zoe's cat or dog would just pick randomly what to ban that week. I'm not even kidding.
I just remember with the fucking week where Widow was banned. I was having a great time because I that character's a terrorist, still a terrorist, but
yeah.
That reminds me of like the manatees from South Park. Just
well, because I mean that's our big problem is like with under the current system with only 2 bans per team and you don't always get there's not always 4 bans, is that you can never really warp the meta in any meaningful way. You could just take away a small piece, but when there's Hela, Jean, fucking all these characters that do almost the exact same thing slightly, you can never get rid of all of them. Like if you wanted to actually force, because like if you had a whole bunch of bans, you could really, ban in a way that just actually forces, you can't play this comp anymore. It doesn't exist. You can't play triple support. We banned all the triple supports. Like they just don't exist. Which I think would be it. I mean, that's kind of what we want, right? Just something that we can actually push a meta.
It's the quickest and easiest way. Like that would be the best buff for Hulk. I'm sure would be the best buff for a lot of characters, just to be able to ban more things. I think they should do that ASAP. Like that's my number 1 change for the game right now is bans. I'm glad we talked about it early.
So in the 6.5 patch notes, we saw 3 DPS ult charges buffed. So we saw Punisher get his ult buffed, so he gets it faster. We saw Star-Lord get his ult buffed, and then Wolverine got a massive ult buff. He generates his ult way faster. How do you feel about them deciding to do that? Bogur Paz, whoever wants to answer. How do y'all feel about that?
The Star-Lord one, I remember reading that, and I was just like, huh? Okay. I guess. Like, it was just weird. Like, I feel like that character was already good with Gambit, and we just made him better. Like, it was like, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, like I didn't play a ton in season 6, so like I could just be talking out of my ass. To be fair, I mean Wolverine and ranked.
He was already good in season 6. Yeah, he's already
Wolverine
good.
and ranked. Like I felt pretty. I mean, and ranked for low elo. Like I've watched a lot of low elo Wolverine. Like it feels horrible to play that character. I feel, but like high elo, it's a little bit better because people actually shoot your pulls. But again, I'm like, why? I don't feel like buffing. In my opinion, if we want to make this game balanced, I feel like buffing isn't really the answer. I feel like we've talked about it before. It's like, can we not have Hela be like OP for like a year straight? Can we like maybe nerf Mag a little bit? But like nerfs, from what I've seen from their balanced philosophy, like they don't want to nerf characters, it seems. But I mean, recently that's
because
changed.
the game is casual.
Yeah, the game's casual. You're supposed to feel like a hero.
That's the thing. The game is casual.
Exactly.
I guess the question to ask there then is: are we stuck in this meta? Like pretty much, this is like Hela is always gonna be like really strong.
I look.
Because I think they killed Hawkeye. I don't think Hawkeye's good with that hot fix. I actually think that was
to begin with either. Like I feel like it's pretty counterable.
I think
he's just
the devs will
himself.
Definitely change stuff. I think they're very receptive of things. Eventually, they will change stuff. Why they don't change stuff? Look, they even nerfed Luna, which is a crazy concept considering Luna was like Danny's like favorite child, right? So I think that they're definitely gonna nerf some of these more problematic characters. But the thing is, these characters are just not problematic for 99% of the player base, right? Like,
that's true.
Like Hela, like nobody, like when I play the game or like when I do a tier list, people in the chat is like, why is Hela so high and Scarlet Witch is so low? It's like, brother, Jesus Christ, like genuinely, like I wish I had the same confidence as you, right? Like,
people get mad at me every time I don't put Mr. Fent in like at least A tier.
Yeah,
like, what game are you playing?
But the new Rocket team up is really good. It's like, no, it's not. It's horrible.
Kind of why I was glad we brought you on, Paz, because you've been doing the Elsa challenge, and you probably don't see characters like Star-Lord in your rank, or like when you're doing like a climb, probably ever like.
Not to the level that he could be played. Like I just I don't see it, and I mean I know he's really strong. But like, yeah, you're right. I don't see some of these characters going like crazy.
Like
at all.
I feel like the Star-Lord, he did not need an ult charge buff. I thought Star-Lord was actually like in a decent spot. Like I thought he's pretty difficult to play in my opinion, and like you get big payoff, if you land your shots. And and use your ults at good
Especially
times.
buffing
But
his ultimate, which is like the most brain dead aspect of the character.
yeah,
Like,
so it
that's
Oh,
how
they
it's
need
played
to
too.
nerf all outs, like
for
stop
sure.
buffing
I
the set,
agree.
for sure. Like,
that's what we talked about with Samido, is that he wants like a global ult nerf. They did it with Overwatch a long time back.
Well,
and
Overwatch launch is very similar to Rivals. The first years are very similar. Like the only difference is that Overwatch didn't have like 15 new characters the first
15
year,
new
right? But Overwatch also had like almost instant notes, and that's what brought people in really quickly because the game was really casual. Like it genuinely was brain dead easy. And Rivals is also genuinely brain dead easy. Like I'm sorry to say this for anyone, but like try playing Overwatch nowadays. It is I climbed to GM4 really quickly, and bro, people in Plat, because I was doing my placements in Diamond, they play better than one above all players in Rivals. They're taking angles. And that's like Overwatch Glaze and whatever else. They've had 10 years to grind, of course, but like, it is very much more competitive. And I think it's fine that Rivals is very casual. Like, I think that's good.
Do you
That's the
think?
niche, right?
Do you think that Rivals will stay that way forever, though? Like,
I think they should.
Do you
Like,
think you don't think they should ever like as the
5
player
years,
base matures?
No, I think when the player base grows in like a couple of years, and if the game's still healthy, they can look to make the game way more competitive because people are going to get bored from the same thing. Because people are going to learn all the tricks, like people are going to learn all the tricks, all the combos, all the things. People are going to start implementing it consistently. The player base is going to grow if the game stays alive, and eventually they're going to have to start making the game less dumbed down because like you're not going to be bringing in new casual players.
Because I don't know if you would agree with me on this, but I think that Overwatch has actually become more casual over time, especially like changes into Overwatch 2. We talk about the HP buff, we talk about the movement nerf, the projectile size increase. Now we're adding a whole bunch of new heroes. Like the game, Overwatch feels like, I mean, it's still more competitive than Rivals by far, but it's kind of trying to play into a more casual. Yeah.
Like the games I've been playing in like GM and stuff, I peek and I die, like in milliseconds. People are just holding.
Well, I mean, people are just really good. But,
because people have practiced the game. But like, I know what you mean because they want to bring in a more casual audience.
They want. They're. I mean, when people have it hyper solved at the high end, and I think bans help with that too. Like the fact that they finally embraced bans definitely helped.
I think conceptually though, Overwatch is just like. It's just like the way the game functions, how fast you die, the neutral actually mattering, like the support ults
your
not being
cooldowns
broken.
matter a lot. Like, like in Rivals,
much more punishing.
In Rivals, you can spam cooldowns even in one above all lobbies and win. And in Overwatch, if I waste my bow, I'm dead. Like,
because I just remember we had a lot of the same conversations back in Overwatch where it was like they're never bouncing around high elo. They
shouldn't.
Yeah, they should.
Right.
It
was the same conversations, right?
Like I get it.
I don't think anyone's ever going to be truly happy, like especially high elo players.
High elo players are miserable, and you shouldn't balance around them. You should nerf the problematic characters that they say are problematic because it trickles down. Like people are gonna start catching up to it in lower elo, and like it's gonna be miserable. But like, that you definitely shouldn't always listen to pro players. There should be balance to it, right? Like,
I mean, I think that's why they allowed Hella to be busted for so long. Is because like if you're less
just add more
grandmaster, you
Hellas.
can't aim. You can't aim though.
I think their approach is add more Hellas.
Just a whole bunch.
What would your advice be then to people who are looking at Rivals as this high level ranked competitive experience?
Just scrims.
Do scrims?
I think the game can be competitive if you do scrims and stuff. I think there's a lot of very fun mechanics, combos, like teamwork, macro play is very good in Rivals. I think it's very fun from a team perspective. There's a lot of outplay. The good teams always win, right? Like we saw it with VP. The good teams always win because they're smarter, they position better, they flank better, they know comms better, bands are better. It's way more engaging and fun. But you won't find that in rank. Like it's just not gonna happen.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think they should add bigger stacks back to ranked?
It's a good question. I think triple stacking can work. I think 6 stacking is just too abusable in high elo and it won't really show who's the best. Like Zype, I think Zype would be getting like 5 accounts in top 10, right? Like he's still good. He has really good players, but with stacking, the game just revolves around if you don't stack in high elo, you can't win, and so you always have to stack. So it's gonna be difficult. I think triple stacking could work. I don't see why not. You do triple stack, and then you get another triple stack on your team, and like vice versa, right? Like two 2-2-2, I guess. I know. I'm just thinking about it, but triple stacking maybe even 4 stacking. I don't think 6 stacking. I think 6 stacking is gonna be too much. I think in Celestial you can get away with it though. I think in Celestial maybe you bring back 6 stacking in Celestial. I don't think Celestial is too competitive.
Because of the queue times you're talking, they just get too long, or do you think like win trading could be an issue maybe?
For what? Like
if like stacks like that in like higher ranked, I don't know. I just wasn't sure what your meaning was.
Well, stacks in high rank, what's gonna happen is all the pro teams are just gonna stack, and then you not have a fighting chance against them. Like I'm gonna be queuing up, and if I'm solo queue, I'm gonna lose the game because I'm playing against all VP on the enemy team, or Navi, or 100 Thieves, or Sentinels. And,
the NYXL 3-stack, yeah.
Yeah, or if I'm 6-stacking with streamers, we're just gonna get stomped again because like the enemy team is like just full 6 pros that have scrimped together and know the map. So I don't think 6-stacking in Eternity and One Above All is ever gonna work, and I think it takes away from the experience. But again, I think stacking with 3 people is gonna be good, right? Like I don't see why not. Like it's gonna make the game a little bit more enjoyable. Plus, you can stack tank, support, and DPS. So you always know that you have at least one support in your team, right? You have one tank on your team. So it could be better if triple stacking is allowed.
So I know you want, you think that they shouldn't really bounce around the high elo. You think they should bounce more around like low elo players or like the masses. What do you think they should do with the characters that lower elo players have a very different experience? So like a character like Squirrel Girl, or like a character like the Thing.
I'm sorry. Just learn the game.
Well, doesn't that go against what you just said though? So
no, it doesn't.
Where's the line? Where's the line?
Okay. Let me rephrase. I think the line here is that in lower elo you have characters that are really OP because they're really cheesy, and like SG and like Mr. Fent and like whoever else, right? Scarlet. Because people don't understand what counters them, why they're bad, or Iron Man, or anything else. And I think nerfing those characters is going to be stupid. Like it's like a noob test, really. Like these characters just a noob test. Like
IQ check.
It's an IQ check. Like you need to learn how to counter these easily counterable characters.
An IQ check.
I mean, that's what we called it.
That's wild.
That's what it was. It was an IQ check and like
this guy.
If you can't beat Squirrel Girl and Plat, you can't vote. No,
this guy smurfs all the time. He hates low ranked players.
Okay. I mean, it sounds rude, but like I won't sugarcoat it. Like you can't, if you're getting stoned by SG every game. I'm sorry, but like you just need to learn the game better. Like it's like chess, right? Like if I keep losing to, I don't know if you guys play chess, but if I lose to like a Scholar's Mate every game, or like a Fool's Mate every game, that's not because those are broken. It's because I'm stupid.
The bishop, bro.
Yeah, nerf the bishop.
Nerf
right? Like,
the queen.
Right?
Tired of it.
If high elo players, people that know the game better, don't struggle with that, then there is a solution to the problem, right? But if high elo players now struggle against certain characters, now I do believe these characters are probably problematic all around the game, and then eventually people are gonna start picking them up. Like if you get a good Hela player in low elo, it's not your fault you're losing. That character's just busted. Like if you don't play Hela on the same level, you're just gonna lose the game. I think those characters should definitely be nerfed. My point before that was about like not listening to high elo players too much, is that high elo players are smart and they understand the game, but they're always gonna complain. Like you can't always do everything they say. Yeah. They're never going to be happy. They're never going to be enjoying the game completely. And there's always going to be something to nitpick, because ultimately it comes down to, because I've also done the same thing with Overwatch and played semi-pro, ultimately it comes down to these people, like us playing the game 10 hours a day, and we just get bored out of stuff, right? Like we're always going to want something to get nerfed. So I think my point, if I have to really like lay it down in layman's terms, is there's no perfect meta. And there never will be a perfect meta, and you can't chase that, right? Like, you can never, like, what is a perfect meta, right? What is balance? What is perfect balance? It's gonna be everything has 50% win rate, or what? Like, how do you envision it? Like, do you envision every character being playable? Because that's never gonna happen, right? So, instead of chasing perfect balance, I think they should more focus on the game being fun, and then nerfing things that are too strong and too problematic and too infuriating, and then, like balancing the game so it's playable, and letting people balance the game themselves with more bans, like we discussed beforehand. I think that itself solves the meta for high elo.
I would love to see a mode where you can't swap characters, and then you'll see what true balance looks like.
I'm telling
or
you,
imbalance.
I envision this game in 5 years, 12 new characters per year. We have like over 100 characters. It's a crackhead theory, but in 5 years, you can't repeat characters. Like every team has their own character. You can't have two Groots on the same game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like League of Legends style. That'd be sick.
Because you have so many characters in the game. Because you have so many characters in the game, you have 5 Groots already. There's 5 OP tank characters you can pick.
Right.
And you have fucking 10 million bans, and like you're spending every pro tournament is like every match before it begins like 30 minutes ban phase, right? You ban 20 characters. Either way, just like
it could be cool. They could do some cool stuff with it. I feel
that's
like
my point. Like you can do some funny things.
I guess like over time, just a lot of things are probably going to change. Like things that they can just try things that have never been tried because of the scope of the game.
That's
how many.
Yeah, that's why like my balance philosophy right now. Like I really like the Atom change, even though it really like it doesn't make any sense. I just really like it because it's just like just make the game fun, and the balance will figure itself out later.
Yes.
Like figure out the balance, like tune the numbers, do what you got to do. Like Adam, for instance, like he's still, you still have to pick him in triple heal because he just doesn't have enough just output healing. Like it's just
I thought overall that's a cool change they gave him though.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it looks stupid as hell.
But
I actually played it a bit. It's so fun.
I like it when they do changes like that add a little more like decisions and depth to a character. I think those are good ones that we can like pretty much universally agree on. They're not really gonna break. It's not gonna break Adam to make him fly, but it's more.
It's
fun,
a good change. People were like losing their mind, and I was losing my mind a bit. But it's a fun change. It didn't break the character, but it's just fun. The memes that came out of it. Only Lex has been farming clips. It's just fun. It's just fun. Like, listen, I feel like a boomer now because I've spent 10 years of my life playing Overwatch, and I've been on the opposite end and chasing again like the perfect balance and things. Like, I just came to a realization like the games are supposed to be fun. Like. Competitive players are gonna play the game no matter what, and like people are gonna strive to play in professional settings and grind as long as there's money involved. And if you make the game more fun with more silly things like Adam's, I think next tournament, for example, next big tournament, you're gonna see some crazy Adam flanking clips, and it's gonna be really fun to watch. It's like viewer experience is important.
Okay.
And,
here's my next question then. Is triple healer fun?
No.
So that's like where we got to like...
triple, once again, triple support's only a high elo problem. Triple support isn't a low elo problem.
Is it?
They don't know what they're...
Nah, they know, man.
I don't think so.
Whenever I'm losing
grinding, I'm playing...
I don't know. I just tell them, go triple support, bro. Like, trust,
triple support
win.
in high elo looks different than lower elo because in lower elo they genuinely just pick 3 healers. And
they pick Luna, Cloak, Invis, and it doesn't do anything.
It does though. It does because in lower elo you don't know how to counter it, and again it's an IQ test kind of, but it's a team IQ test. It's like it's really hard to kill them alone. So it doesn't apply as much as like the previous statement against Scarlet Witch and stuff because. It's really hard to deal with triple support by yourself. You kind of need a Groot Moon Knight. You need some combos. If your Groot is handless, you're gonna lose the game.
True.
So it's more annoying and it's just frustrating to play against. Even if it's not broken, it's just frustrating to deal with this amount of heals, right?
Are you in the role queue camp? You think that I know we went through that in Overwatch.
No, I don't think in pro play there should be role queue. I think in ranked, I don't know if there's soft role queue or not, but like it's just, in ranked it's just exhausting how many games I've had like with 4 tank players or 5 DPS players or like there could be a soft role queue where people
you think like
can
a preferred role.
I think a preferred role like League would be nice because like the game's quality drops dramatically because I need to fill support every game. At this point, I'm kind of feeling like grinding Loki and Invis because I think I can win way more games.
So, for like a preferred system, you think it should like kind of like soft enforce 2-2-2? So like every lobby has about 2-2-2 in the lobby?
Yeah, because I think a lot of people in ranked also pick triple support because they genuinely just get 3 support characters, like 3 support players, for example.
Right.
Or they get like 3 of the same row. And the easiest comp is triple support. Like, I'm sorry, but the easiest thing you can go, and the best is triple support. So if you have 3 DPS and 1 DPS willing to swap, triple support. If you have 3 tanks and 1 of the tanks willing to swap, you go triple support, right? In pro play, though, I don't know how meta triple support is outside of Mantis. Like, if you ban Mantis, I don't think they play triple support too often.
Because they actually play dive in pro play. They don't play dive in ranked.
Yeah.
No one plays
No
dive
one knows
in
how to
ranked.
play dive in this community.
No one
Yeah.
plays
So
dive.
I have thoughts on a soft roll queue. I am for it, but it does introduce potentially a new set of which is longer queues, right? Especially in the higher ranks. But my counter argument to that would be that if the game quality is better, the player base is gonna go up, and then the queues are gonna be faster anyway.
I mean,
so might be bad for a little bit, but if they do it right and implement it well, it could be very good for the game long term, I think.
Yeah, you can always introduce like something like Trust Me has been saying. If you go triple support, there's like a healing reduction by like 15-20%. So like for the entire team, so people just can't heal bot. But it doesn't solve the issue too much, I think, because triple support is strong for the reason that the supports can do a lot of damage, like Mantis and stuff.
Crazy utility.
And the damage amp is crazy. Like damage boost it breaks a lot of points and makes things one shot that shouldn't one shot. So I think that's a solution as well, maybe. But it is definitely an issue, and people are really frustrated. And from what I know, Danny doesn't really want to do Roku, and I agree with him. He shouldn't do Roku, but they should nerf something. I think another like a little bit of a more out there solution about it is the reason why triple support is so strong is because they get support ults so fast, and support ults dictate the game quite a bit. So if you have Mantis ult and they don't have Mantis ult, you win if they don't have any support ult to match. So I think just nerfing how fast ults are farmed, like straight up, like by a large margin, would
40,
also
30,
balance out triple support a bit, because even if you increase the ult charge of supports in general, it would kind of balance it out more, because it'll be way harder to get your Mantis or like your support ults. Okay, let me give you a concrete example here. If you have 3 supports, ult charge is increased, it's going to be way harder for you to get your support ults before they get their DPS ults, because you're playing triple support and you're spreading out the heals. And right now, there is enough heals, and you can charge your ult fast enough, even with triple support, to actually be able to match their tank and DPS ults. But if you increase their ult charge and you play triple support, it's going to be slower than the enemy team running 2-2-2. And then they're going to have support ults before you, and you're going to lose, or they're going to have DPS ults before you, and you're going to lose. So triple support inherently won't be played as much unless you want to play Mantis or stuff and farm it from doing damage, which takes a little bit more skill than just heal body.
Right.
Well, Mantis, like win rate wise, I know win rates don't mean anything, has always like been super high right now. Do you think that's a result of her being like overtuned, or just in that kind of like type of comp, it's just like really strong against like more disorganized games, like where people I think struggle a bit to counter it?
I think, yeah, I know what you mean. I think maybe it's difficult to say because she's really bad in 2-2-2. Like as your second support, sometimes you can do it, but it's really hard unless your team is really good. But I think the reason why it's so high is because Mantis is mostly played in triple support, and triple support is just really easy to win with, and it's the go-to triple support comp. And she has a really broken, arguably the most broken team up right now, with Loki and Groot, because like a lot of characters benefit from it quite a bit, and the comp is really solid by itself. Even if there was no team up, it would still be a good composition. So I think that just increases her win rate, because there isn't many situations where people just go Mantis Luna or Mantis Invis, right? People are going to pick Mantis when they already have 2 supports as a third support, 3 supports broken or easy to win rank games. Win rate goes up.
I think it's because we like want to admit it or not, like Mantis and Adam do get picked in duo healer comps and ranked. And I think the reason, like Adam, for instance, right now is like 47% in GM plus. He's like almost like, I think he's like 47 in like Celestial plus. I think it's because he doesn't have a supporty type support ult, so he can't function in like 2 healer.
Yeah, harder to use than 2.
Yeah, I think we talked about this in the past, but it would have been cool if the characters with a lot of heals didn't have a defensive ult. Like they gave the Adam type ults to the characters like Invis and Luna, and then they gave the Luna type ults to characters that were like, you know.
I didn't like the Jeff change, for instance. Like I like when they gave him healing, like passive healing on his ult. I mean, obviously, it like for the player base was really happy about it, because they hate having Jeffs on their team. Like he's probably like the most hated character. But I think they should have gone the other direction with it, just from like a character uniqueness standpoint. I think that's just one thing this game lacks is like the diversity, at least for the healers, is not that much.
Yeah. I think it's better though. I think Gambit was a good example, but he's too busted. And I think if they nerf him, it's gonna be better. I think Adam is a lot better than before. I think like what other support did we have? It was Gambit, right? Like what was the one before that? Invis?
Invis.
Ultron.
Ultron's ass. I won't even speak about that character. That character's horrible.
Do you think they should rework characters?
Yeah.
Bogur? Do you think they should rework?
They should rework Blade. They should rework Ultron. Honestly, rework Mr. Fantastic. Like just buff him
Maybe
somewhere.
Torch. I kind of think they should rework Torch.
Maybe. I think a lot of these characters came out rushed because they needed characters to be out. And those characters just need to be reworked, I think.
Well, if they ever want to spice up the game like in a big burst randomly, they could just rework.
They could just rework 5. I agree.
Yeah.
Like they can come up and be like, okay, we're not launching 5 heroes, but we're reworking the horrible ones. So
and then re-release the maps that are out of the map pool, slightly reworked too. And then it's like Rivals 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't put Rivals 2. No, I don't need that.
We don't need that. Changing gears a little bit. You live in Sofia, Bogur?
No. I live in Bulgaria, but I don't live in Sofia.
You don't live in Sofia? Yeah.
Why do you ask?
Because I that's the only country I've been to is Bulgaria. I stayed
really?
in Sofia
You've been to
for a
Sofia?
month.
I used to live in Sofia.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I like Sofia. It's
Sofia.
fun. Yeah, I walked to the market every day and got like
Well.
y'all have like food behind the counter at the market. I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was cool. It's a nice place. I like it.
Sofia.
I like it.
It's a nice place.
And where do you live in Bulgaria? I don't know. You don't have to say.
I live next to the beach.
Oh, next to the beach. Okay.
Yeah, so it's depressing 6 months of the year.
Yeah, when I was over, it was cold. I think it was like I couldn't go to the beach. But my boss at the time, I went for Easter and I ate like this like lamb intestine thing for Easter. I don't know what it was. I don't know if you've had that before, but
Lamb intestine.
Is that
was
called like
soup or
tripe?
like-
it was like lamb intestine mixed with rice or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
And then just a whole bunch of alcohol. It was a good
Yeah,
time.
that's
And
normal experience.
Bulgarians are really nice. It was really fun.
Yeah,
they were
they're
very
nice. They're
hospitable.
good. Yeah,
They wanted me to move there.
Don't be glazed. They
Yeah.
always do. I always tell that to my friends too.
Yeah.
Move to Bulgaria.
Yeah. No, I liked it. Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure you know this, Bogur, but something that other people might not know is that Bulgarian internet is crazy fast. I guess they
I have 1
developed it later.
gigabit. I have 1
Yeah.
gigabit for like
Yeah.
$30 a month.
It's like and it's kind of a tech safe haven. A lot of people that work in tech go to Bulgaria because they have a flat tax. They
10% flat.
10% flat. So you'll just be
Very well
randomly walking
educated.
like no, it's sick. It's sick. If you ever like, I'm surprised more streamers don't. That's what the next streamer place people are gonna go to.
Because everybody thinks it's a third world country and we don't.
That's
have
not. It's
running
sick.
water.
It's sick.
It's not. No.
Like, because
I agree.
I stayed in the apartment. Like the apartment was like basically a luxury apartment. It's insane.
And it's cheaper than in the West.
Yeah, it was really cool. But,
Were you just vacationing there, Mills, or?
yeah, because the company I used to work for, Game Leap, they all work there, like the CEO and the editors and all that. So they flew me out for a month when Overwatch 2 beta dropped, just to kind of work and do some content and stuff. And it was a good time. It was a good time. I got a little lonely, but it was fun. It's cool.
Yeah.
Being in a country you're by yourself for a while is a little lonely, but it was a cool place.
What do you think of the U.S., Bogur? You were at TwitchCon, right? I think I saw you at the in the event there. You're playing in the event.
I've been to LA too many times. Fucking horrible place, the LA. I like San Diego though.
Texas. You gotta come.
I like
to
San
Texas.
Diego. Yeah, sure.
San Diego's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like San Diego. LA,
Except for all
I
the
don't
poop
like.
everywhere. It's
I mean, that's every big city usually. Like,
apparently San Francisco is a lot worse. I've been told.
Well, some people say it's better, some people say it's worse. I like San Diego. I think San Diego was pretty and was more European because you can walk around and like go to bars and stuff. So that was cool. LA, I don't like LA too much. I'll be honest. I don't think anyone likes LA. I think living outside of LA is more fun. Like you live in a house in the suburbs and stuff, and the weather is nice. But downtown LA, horrible. I'm sorry, it's terrible experience downtown LA. It was actually crazy there. Like I won't get into details, but if you've been to downtown LA, you know what I'm saying, because downtown LA is just fucking crazy.
Cali's the one state I haven't been to. I've been to like almost every state.
That's nice.
Not Hawaii, not Cali.
I
I'll take your
managed
word for
to
it.
do a little. When I was in LA, I just went on like a little nature hike because I didn't want to like go in the city too much because I've been there once before, and we went up top on the conservatory above the city. The biggest thing that surprised me, I mean, it was really pretty, but there's just like a big smog cloud over the city. You just can see it as clear as day. You're just like, oh my god, that's a lot. But Paz, where are you from, man?
Pennsylvania. I tell people I'm from Antarctica. It's just a running joke. But no, Pennsylvania, I mean, like, I live in the middle of, like, Timbuktu nowhere, bro. Like, it's...
Gotcha.
Yeah, you don't need anything, bro. You got Rivals. You have
I got
internet.
Rivals,
That's all-
I
that's
got
all you
Deadlock,
need, yeah.
I got everything I need.
Yeah, we're neighbors. I'm in Maryland, so...
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't traveled, like, too much recently. I mean, just saving money after college, you know.
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
sick.
Bogur, overall, are you still enjoying Rivals? Like, are you
If
still
I
are
don't
you
take
still
it too
not
seriously,
hating
it
yourself?
could be fun. I think mixing in Overwatch, Deadlock, and Rivals is fun. If I had to
All
play
together.
Rivals 10 hours a day, I'll be miserable. But like swapping things around is way more fun. So it's keeping
little
things
variety.
fresh.
Right.
Yeah, but I think the game is way more fun below like Eternity. Eternity is just like I don't have fun in Eternity. Also EU.
Yeah, I've never played on EU. Is
Yeah.
it? I've
EU
never
is
once
very
played it.
competitive in Eternity. Like, it's not competitive in the sense that you always have a government agent throwing your game, or like enemy team has somebody throwing the game, but like it is genuine just pros playing most of the time.
I've noticed that in EU too. Like if you play in
Yeah.
the higher ranks, it's really, really tough. But you play in like Celestial GM,
Yeah.
I'd rather play on NA for those
Yeah.
games personally.
Yeah, EU is way more competitive in my opinion in ranked, and I love slight slander. I love EU pros usually go in A to farm elo. Because like EU is way more difficult. Because I don't know why. Maybe like you have less people playing and stuff, but you
think-
most of the lobbies are just way more competitive.
You
You
think,
think
the
it-
Koreans are ever gonna pick up Rivals
No,
and just dominate?
They don't take the game seriously.
Yeah, they would just dominate though if they wanted to.
No,
They
don't
could
take-
just
I mean,
they could
no,
just take over
tried.
the whole pro scene. If
They
wanted
tried.
to.
They tried. There was a team that was full of
Yeah.
Overwatch pros, Koreans, and they got stomped.
I mean, they just don't have enough. Like, I think they need a whole culture of.
I mean,
people
I
playing the
talked
game.
to Koreans like last year, and they asked me in flats if we are really playing Rivals, because to them it's just a mobile game.
I see.
They were like
Yeah, fair
couldn't
enough.
like fathom the fact that we actually take it seriously.
Hey, y'all play this
So-
for real?
No, that was
That's
that
so
was,
funny.
no.
Wait,
it
y'all,
was,
this isn't a joke. Nah, that's
it
so-
was who was the fucking Reinhardt Korean player? I forgot his name. Kaiser. Kaiser came up to us. I don't know if you know about it. Like the legendary Kaiser, the Eye of
Kaiser,
the Kaiser.
the Kaiser, yeah.
Right, like he came up to us, like said hi to me in the flat, and said, "Do you guys actually play Rivals?" I was like, "Yeah, we do."
That's
And
so
he was
funny.
like he couldn't believe it because it's so not popular in Korea. It's not
That's
popular in
not-
all of Asia. Nobody plays in Asia. China, in China, the highest rank they've achieved is Celestial. Last time I talked to them,
That's
because
crazy.
queue times are just so horrendous.
Yeah,
That's
one of my mods who visited Japan said he had a similar experience. He said he couldn't get into a game.
I
pretty
wait
much
for
ever.
30. I wait for 30 minutes in queue. I didn't get a game, like
That's
because
wrong.
I was at 30. I couldn't find a game.
That's insane.
That's
Oh.
crazy. That's actually
Wow.
wild. You said, Paz, I know you've been grinding Deadlock hard.
Oh.
And how do you feel, Bogur, about Deadlock?
I like
As
it.
like the future. Do you think that
I-
game
I
has
believe it.
legs, like long
yeah,
term?
yeah, definitely. I think I've had people that don't play MOBAs or shooters too much play Deadlock, and they love it. Like I've had more casual players play Deadlock. Friends of mine have been grinding Deadlock. I think it's the characters people really like. I think the game has a lot of fun mechanics for casuals and for pros and for people who want to take it seriously. And it's really fresh, and people are learning a lot, and so it's just fun. And people are testing, and I think when the game comes out, I think it's going to be really popular. I think definitely it's going to be really, really fun and popular. They have the sauce. They have the sauce. The
Yeah.
characters have the sauce. The gameplay has the sauce. I'm really excited about the esports of Deadlock. I'll be honest.
I'm so ready.
that is going to be so hyped. Like I'm
Yeah.
full in. Genuinely, it's going to be like the next Dota internationals or league like tournaments. It's going to be, I think, in my opinion, one of the most hype esports we're gonna watch, because the fucking outplays you can do in that game, and the tech and movement, and you're gonna see some crazy stuff and crazy team play, and it's gonna be insane. Like we're gonna have some faker shit in this game. You're gonna have some crackhead who's 16 years old parrying every
Yeah.
attack,
Yeah.
jumping around the map. It's gonna be great.
I've even been scrimming some too, like in my free time. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to try the game, but I mean, I played it a little bit, but I feel like I'm handless. Like it's not a hero shooter.
time.
It's
Learn to
completely-
grow hands. Learn to
Yeah,
grow
yeah,
hands.
it's not.
I'm getting old,
like
man.
nothing transfers. It feels like
I have MOBA experience, so I understand some of the more basic stuff.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm completely lost.
but
Are
SK, for example, has no MOBA experience, and she's like almost.
Yeah,
a
she's
Turnus.
pretty good. She's
Oh
good.
yeah.
Because
So it's
she's
not
ranks.
impossible to
No, you got
to learn it.
I mean,
No,
I
just-
think there's
Oh.
if you've played Overwatch and stuff, it's definitely transferable.
Yeah.
Because you have the abilities and like you.
Yeah,
need
like
to match
mechanically,
it.
I feel fine, but like
You're intimidated by the
any
MOBA
of the
aspect of
MOBA
it?
elements.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
time-
MOBAs are easy. They're simple. Like, there's 3 lanes. Minions go down a lane and push an objective that has to be killed. That's a MOBA.
I feel like my problem is, I feel like if I just fuck up, like I waste my time for 1 second, now I just can't win a fight.
Well,
And I don't know how to not waste my time. Is my
It
problem.
just takes time.
the way you don't waste time in MOBAs is just farm. Like
Farm.
for the beginning, farm, and you start understanding timings. Like, oh, I farmed my lane. I'm gonna farm things around my lane. Oh, there's nothing to farm. Maybe I go mid. Maybe I go help my teammates or something. Maybe I go look for a fight. Maybe I go buy. Right? Like, you're gonna play the game more. You're gonna understand more of the like timings and understand more about the game, and it's gonna click. It will click if you keep playing. It will click, and it's gonna be fun because you're gonna start understanding. Oh, I can take these creeps here, and then I can move around the map, and I can farm the jungle, and I can get all this money, and then, oh, am I gonna take the risk to fight here to get more money, or go back, or am I gonna do that, or what items I'm gonna buy? There's a lot of layers to it, and that's why it's fun, right? Like
You'd like it, Mills. We got to do a league, but we play league together sometime. It'd be fun. I haven't played league in forever, but
I used to play League a bit. I used
Oh,
to
yeah?
top lane.
top lane. Yeah, you strike me as a top player.
Set.
Yo, I played Set too. I was
Set.
I was a Graves guy. Graves Viego.
Yeah. I liked Set. I liked Ornn. I like
Ornn sick.
yeah,
Ornn. Wait, how high rank did you get?
Oh, I didn't grind too much. I grinded. It was like Overwatch was really bad, and I grinded League for a bit, and I got to plat.
Okay.
And then I think Overwatch 2 was coming out, so I just went to grind Overwatch 2.
Well, shit, I'll invite you when we play, man. Like,
Yeah.
League is fun.
like
I
League.
I just do like ARAMs mostly. Like that's like what I do, just to kind of just every once in a while, which is just like everybody goes down one thing, and it's just like team fight mode basically. But yeah, you got kind of honestly got me excited for Deadlock a little bit. Like I haven't really checked out that game.
I'm surprised you
You
haven't
should.
played it, Coach, because you were really
Do
good.
they
at
have,
it.
If you played MOBAs, you should definitely play some
should try
Deadlock.
it.
Do they have like
it transforms
melee
it.
characters, like fun
Oh
melee
yeah,
characters?
definitely.
Oh,
So they're,
yeah,
they're,
they
Oh,
yeah,
really?
So, yeah, they're plenty. Like nobody's truly melee, but a lot of the characters do revolve around their melee. Abrams used to be.
Strongest
Now
character.
then, yeah, Abrams is really strong. You can build a melee.
There's like
because
this
the
parry
thing is-
system inside the in the
so
game.
you have the parry system. If you go for a melee, they can parry. You get stunned, you die. So you need to start outplaying their parries, so you don't get fucking cooked. And then you can outplay their melees and cook them. And you can bait their parries and melee them. You have Billy, who is very so. The way it builds around melee is you have items that boost your melee, gives you boosts and buffs to your melee, like life steal. You steal AP, I guess, if in League terms, right? You steal Spirit, so and the Spirit is AP from League, right? So you can steal that. You can steal max HP. You can do more damage. Your abilities, some of them act as a melee, so these buffs apply to these abilities, right? So if your ability, your melees apply burn effect, that's not a thing. All of your abilities that are considered melee also apply a burn effect. And
there's like RPG elements too, so you can like get like different specs going, or did they
What do
not
you mean
have
specs?
like elements of like customization with your character, like throughout the game? Like as
do
you
you
level
mean?
up, you get gold. Like I don't know, like League, you can buy items and they
yeah,
yeah,
of course
you
you have
could buy-
items.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You're
Right.
buying items and
Oh, okay,
boost your
those-
melee, yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Level up your abilities too.
Because I only played the game very briefly, but last time I played it was Bebop, his ultimate, and then refresh his ultimate and ult again. I don't remember if that's
Bebo's
still a thing.
horrible now.
Oh, it was horrible. He was like the
he's played
best
like a
character.
frontliner. It's, like,
he was like the
weird.
best character in the game for the small window of time I played. It was
But
just
Yeah.
you do
he
have a
was
lot of
double
melee
Bebop.
characters in the game, and there will probably be more. You have a lot
Okay.
of characters that do revolve around melee.
Wait, there's a Marvel Rivals podcast, Coach. We can't be talking
Yeah,
about.
no, no.
Can't be talking about
Bringing
too
it back
long.
to Rivals.
Don't get me too excited.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So how okay, let's how can they take maybe elements of what Deadlock is doing then. And it seems like it's like a bit more complex and a bit like there's more like meaningful choices you got to make, and maybe have like make it like a fun thing, like kind of, you know, I wouldn't say like dumb it down, but we keep saying like lower IQ this one, but make it more accessible. Like take like like Deadpool, for instance, has like a lot of customization aspects to him. He's pretty crazy. Do we want more characters like that for the game? Or
Deadpool though doesn't really have customization options because like it's pretty clear cut what you're gonna pick.
Like the build is the same every game.
It's always the same.
So it's more just like
unfortunately, now that it's solved, it's
that's the
they would have to
Right.
they would have to give you like 100 options, and they all do various things.
I just don't think that's what the game needs either. Like, I feel
Right.
like Deadlock is for people that are gonna want that more competitive, like engaging, more like put time into, like it's almost like a full-time job, like level of game. Whereas like Rivals, like I feel like they should just keep building into that. Like it's a fun game. You feel like a superhero when you play it with your homies. I mean, that's kind of how I view as Rivals. I mean, I think you could make some more characters like Deadpool that are more engaging like that. I feel like with Elsa, they tried to do it. Like they tried to make it so that her passive scales with the game, but like they need to like work with that passive a little more to make it feel, I guess, a little bit more MOBA-y if that's what they want to go for. But I don't know. I feel like if you try as Marvel Rivals to make something more like Deadlock or more like Overwatch, it's just like that's not your niche. I don't mind the recent characters though in terms of design. Like I think they're cool. I just think it's like once they balance it and like they give it a couple months, like maybe it'll be a little bit better.
Mills, we got to get these guys on with Light.
Oh, yeah, Light's gonna lose his fucking Oh, we do need to get Light back on. But I think it'd be cool if there was a character. I know we're getting into weird like hypothetical design, but a character that they have an ult bar that at the halfway mark it does one thing. If they let it charge all the way up, it does another thing. Like they're like you can expend the entire thing. It's like 2 stages. You could do like a light ult or you could do like a massive ult. I think that's cool.
I think Rivals is really good with the fact that they like taking risk with their characters, and I think that's really fun, and I think they have really cool kits. I know you guys flamed Elsa beforehand. I think she's one of the most fun DPS I've played. Like,
oh yeah,
genuinely
she's super
so
fun.
Yeah, not fun to play against, but really fun.
No, she's super fun to play. Yeah,
and
for sure.
I think they're definitely gonna do some crazy shit. They don't care, and I like it.
Yeah.
That's what we saw with Deadlock. No, Deadlock. Sorry, Deadpool. Deadlock coming from my brain spirit. But I think for Deadpool, for example, even though they did all of that stuff, they need to rebalance his abilities so that there's more varied opinions about, like there's more options, right? But I think they're definitely gonna take risks. They're definitely gonna do some crazy stuff for their kit of any new hero, and I'm sure they're cooking up something big. Like I think the way it's gonna happen is every year we're gonna get a few crazy characters like Deadpool, and that's like the big changes they're gonna do. I think I really hope we don't get a Blade again. I hope that next month, I think it's really vital next month to not have really boring characters. I think if next month they come out with like Cyclops or something, and that character's like ass, and then one more character that's ass, I don't see why I would be playing Rivals instead of Overwatch at that point. Like it's gonna be it's just gonna be boring, right? So I think they're gonna definitely take risks. I think Overwatch made them kind of lock in probably right now. Guang is talking to Jiong, and they're like, okay, listen, we gotta make some crazy stuff.
The competition, right?
I'm not worried about the game, because I think the devs, again, I think from what we should cut them some slack in the sense that I think they're very receptive. They've been very receptive. Right. They've been very patient. They've done what the community has asked quite often. They've introduced memes. They have fun with the game. I think it's really lovely that they introduce memes from the community into the game. It means like shows the fact that they pay attention. And usually up until this moment, they've been really on point with what's strong in the meta, which always surprised me in the dev visions. Every dev vision, they would perfectly describe what's going on with the game and deal with it accordingly. Now they've been they've been kind of lazy with it. And I hope they go back to that, right? So I trust them. I do trust the Rivals devs. I do trust them.
Is there any specific mechanic from another game that you want to see, like them try in Rivals?
Oh, give me perks. I'm so down for perks from Overwatch. You don't know how perks work?
Oh yeah, so just like go out the roster.
Bro. Give me
you
perks.
You want to see that? Interesting.
That would be crazy. That would
like,
be so
and
fun.
you want them split up like they are now, right? Like certain types of tanks get certain types of perks.
I would love something like that.
I mean,
what do you mean?
You're talking about passives.
Oh, what are you talking about?
So in
what are you talking about?
Overwatch, when you play the game and you do damage and like you
you want
you kind of level up and you get to choose between 2 perks.
Oh,
And those
perks. Yeah.
They're kind of like a MOBA mechanic
Wait,
where you level up and you.
That
you
would
get
be
an
so
ability.
much though to add to the
That'd
game.
be a
Yeah,
lot.
but
Sick.
fuck
But
it,
it'd be
that would be
good.
funny. That would be fun. That would be fun.
That would
I
be
think
cool.
I think that's been one of the best changes Overwatch.
Maybe
has
that's
done.
what BP needs, man.
I think players need more choices to make.
Yeah.
I feel like in their own, because I think a lot of what Rivals is right now is just like how. Yeah, what's up? What are you
Give me a
saying?
crouch button.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
The meme potential with that one.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about things too.
Crouch Yeah. Just like I think there should be more choices, like so you feel like you have more control over the games and like what you're doing at least. Like I think there should be like choice to like visual clarity, like right away you see what your decisions mattering.
I'm kind of scared of what a perk system would do to certain characters. A
so
little
like
bit.
they don't have to be crazy.
You don't
Like,
don't
double
worry about it.
double bubble cloak and dagger or something.
worry
Right, like a perk to hold.
We've seen crazier things, in my opinion. In the
Her,
game.
He lands on the ground.
Her ult is on a
Floodgates
bar
open.
that she can spend whenever she wants to. Just ult. I don't know. They could do some crazy shit. For sure.
I think they should be simple. Something like, okay, when Hulk lands on a jump, he does like 10 AoE damage or 20, and you can see a little visual thing, and then little things like that. I think
I could see that.
Go crazy.
go
Overwatch-
crazy.
Oh,
If
so-
Rivals is crazy, I mean, Rivals in general is very chaotic, and Overwatch is more like they're more like silentized, and they went crazy with their perks.
Okay, so what? Hulk's punch is one shot now because he's
No,
really mad.
not that crazy, not that crazy, but like.
So there's a line to it then.